Welcome to the second video in the Storychick Super Meta Story Thing series. This is the second part of the story The Golden Lamb, my favorite story about storytelling. When we left our three friends, they were standing in front of the Caliph Harun al-Rashid in Baghdad, pleading their case each as to why they deserved to get the profits from this golden lamb that was the result of the work they had done over the winter. The Caliph had challenged them to a storytelling contest, and the first friend had told a story of grand adventure. The second friend told a story of love lost and found, and the third friend told a story of mystery and intrigue. As the room erupted into cheers at the end of the third story, the Caliph just sat back quietly. And now, the conclusion of the Golden Lamb. I have one question left for each of you, said the Caliph. If I were to give you the money, what would you do? The first friend stepped forward and said, I would rent a stall in the market, and I would sell silks and spices, and soon I would make my fortune. The second friend came forward and said, I would learn how to keep accounts, and I would work for some of the wealthiest men in the land, and soon I would make my place in this world. And the third friend stepped forward and said, I would travel the land and acquire great and wondrous merchandise, and I would bring that back here to sell. And from the profits, I would go back out into the land and repeat the process again until I became rich. The Caliph said, all of your stories are equal, so I'm going to have to divide the profits from the lamb 3 ways. Is that acceptable? The three friends were kind of taken aback. Not really, they said. We had already agreed that only one person would get the profits from the lamb, because the entire profit from the lamb is what one person needs to make their fortune. If you divide it 3 ways, then none of us will get what they need. The Caliph said, don't worry. I will make sure that each of you gets what you need to start a rewarding new life. The friends realized they had no choice and agreed to the deal. The Caliph whispered to his vizier, who left the room, and the friends whispered amongst themselves as to what he might bring them. Would it be gold, silver, jewels? The vizier came back, and his arms were full. He started setting things down in front of each of them. A sturdy pair of sandals, a warm cloak, and a loaf of bread. The friends looked at the stuff, and they said, where's our money? The Caliph said, I never promised you money. All I said was that you would have what you need, and that's what's there. What good are these? The sandals will carry you far. The cloaks will keep you warm in the chill of night, and the bread will nourish you until you get to the next town where the people will take care of your every need. For what? Said the friends. We have no skills to ply. We have no goods to trade. Why would they take care of us? For your marvelous stories, said the Caliph. If I were to give you the money, what would you do? You would become merchants and accountants. And yes, they have their place in this world. But it would be a shameful waste for the 3 of you to go there. You were meant for something special. Hearken to my words. Do not grieve what you do not possess, but rejoice in the gifts that you have. Go forth, storytellers, and live a wonderful life. The crowd of courtiers erupted in cheers at this. The men came and pressed coins into the palms of the storytellers, and the women came and gave them sweet treats to eat on their travels. They learned to appreciate the wisdom of Caliph Harun al-Rashid. Throughout the years, they traveled the land together, and everywhere they went, they were welcomed, well fed, and well cared for. They lived lives that were rich in friendship and contentment, and they acquired the wisdom to understand the value of those